Hello everybody and welcome to Eddzshed. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Chronomancer, which is the new Guild Wars 2 specialization for the mesmer. And this is all based around sort of time manipulation and stuff, hence the name Chronomancer. This is... I don't really play mesmers. I have a little bit, but I don't really play them, so I'm not sure how this is going to play with the other abilities that they've got. But it's certainly interesting and very cool, a lot of the abilities, and that's all I've really got to say on the matter. To look at sort of the main... Oh no, we'll look at the weapon skills first, and then we'll get to the biggest thing that the Chronomancer can do. So the weapons that you've got is a shield. So you've got Echoes of Memory and Tides of Change as two new abilities. The first one's just a block, and the second one is just sort of a big wave thing that you cast out. It's a conal attack that you can cast in front of you. Nothing overly special or amazing about them. Then you've got a new healing skill, which is sort of a well. It's similar to I think a skill that the necromancers have got. Once again, not amazing. Then the utility abilities. Now these are quite cool. These will provide things such as the ability to be unblockable and to evade all attacks. These wells don't last particularly long, but they can provide big buffs to the people that are standing in them, and also massive debuffs for anything that is standing in them that isn't friendly. Your elite ability is also a well. It's called a gravity well, and this will grant stability to any allies in the area, and when the well expires, the enemies will take quite a lot of damage from it. Now, on the subject of sort of elite abilities, you've got obviously your utility or your profession skills, which the new one for this is called a continuum split. Now, this will allow you to destroy your illusions. Each illusion that you destroy will give you a minute and a half extra on the duration of this ability. And anything that happens in that time period will be reset at the end of it. Obviously, any damage that you do isn't reset, but any damage that you take, even if you were to die, it would be reset. If you use your elite ability, that'll be reset, no cooldown. So you can, or something that I found works quite well with this, is if you were to use Mirror Image, which is an ability that grants you two clones, and then you were to use the say Phantasmal Berserker, just something else to get you that third one, you've then got nearly 5 seconds to cast as many spells as you like, and we'll have them reset. So you can go ahead, you can do that, hit the continuum shift, cast your release abilities, cast any of the other abilities that you want to get out in that time, and then at the end of the time it will revert, you will have taken no damage, and all of these abilities are fresh, providing an amazing opener to any combat. You know, it's certainly going to be incredibly powerful in PvP, the ability to do this. And it will make the enemy think twice about attacking you straight away in PvP, because it knows that if it unloads all of its attacks, as you see with lots of warriors doing, then there's a good chance that will all count for nothing, because it'll just reset to the beginning anyway. So that's it's going to really change the way that you're going to be able to play the mesmer. You know, I'm struggling to put into words quite how fantastic this ability is, but it is something that's going to take a lot of practice to get right. But when you do, it is going to be very, very powerful. You can only cast the continuum shift once every 90 seconds, but this ultimately means that you're going to get sort of 2 elite abilities every 90 seconds. And that personally to me seems like a reasonable cooldown time. You know, it's if you've got an elite ability that's got a huge duration, it's probably even worth you just casting it once and using your continuum split to be the cooldown timer in effect, so that you're only ever using continuum split, casting your your elite, wait for the continuous split to happen and cool down, use it again, cast your elite, and so on and so forth, so that you never have to suffer big, say, 2-minute cooldowns. You're only ever going to have to suffer as much as a 1.5-minute cooldown. So, yeah, it's very interesting, very, it's going to provide a lot of interesting gameplay. And it feels very powerful. It feels like it hasn't changed the Necromancer hasn't changed the Mesmer so much as it's just provided an entirely sort of new level of play for it to use. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you around.